The Wesolve4X Student Debt Stokvel campaign says it has seen a growth in the number of applicants for student loans in the year 2022. This further highlights South Africa's student debt crisis that continues to oppress thousands of young people across the country. We are now joined by Tsietsi Ngobese, who's the CEO of Wesolve4X Foundation that assists learners from disadvantaged families with maths and extra lessons. A very good afternoon to you, Tsietsi. Thanks very much for joining us on SABC News. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
As a start, I'm sure you would have heard the President's Youth Day address. He was speaking in Umtata just a couple of minutes ago. And one of the things that he said was that, there are opportunities for the youth, but also adding to that, the youth should stop asking what the country can do for it, but rather ask what they can do for the country. What do you make of that particular message? Do you agree?
No, definitely it is. It's a direct response that we need to provide as the youth and addressing these systematic challenges. My name is Tsietsi Ngobese. I'm the current actual analyst and CEO at Wesolve4X. And our core business is assisting the general public with their road accident fund, actual valuation, loss of support, loss of income. And as a way of giving back to the community, we run the Wesolve4X Foundation, where we provide maths extra classes on weekend for learners grade 4 to 12 and also assist parents so they can help their kids with homework for free in their adopted school. In the meantime, we also provide a solution of the grocery Stokvel, where we are able to, they pay $250, they get a grocery hamper with $500 so that they can address the hunger issue. Yeah. And now these parents and learners are assisted by graduates who come and assist the kids on weekends. And now the students have an issue with their student debt. They're not able to progress with their studies and their careers. So as a direct response, we launched the Wesolve4X Student Debt Stokvel so that we are able to help wipe out the national student debt and then subsidize tuition fee through using the principle of insurance and using some of the actual principles so that we're able to pull the risk and assist more students. Yeah. And in the process, we're able to raise 1.3 million. We paid for over 102 students wiping their national student debt. Yeah. And then we believe through the support of the general public, we can wipe the national student debt by pulling that risk. Also looking at the statistics, if you're having the plus 15 years group upwards, you could roughly on estimate collect around 3.4 billion a month, and then within a couple of months the national student debt will be wiped off. So we're encouraging the citizens also part of the solution. And these are some of the values we are instilled in the universities to say we must go and use these skills to solve the problems in our own backyard. So this has been our direct response and say what are some of the actual principles we can use in our own backyard to advance society and have a sustainable impact.
Yeah, sounds like a great initiative. Talk to us about how you came up with this particular method or strategy to deal with the issue of student debt. Even when we're talking about student financing and debt as a whole, it's an old conversation. We know that the fees must fall movement and Asnamadi came as a result of this problem. You're obviously now trying to be part of the solution. You think that eventually we'll be able to get it right?
We're part of the fees must fall. We understand the challenges that comes from the communities. We're an integral part of. We've been there, sleeping at the library, student hunger, financial exclusion. I was financially excluded at VETS in 2014, and I went to the University of the Free State, and I was able to continue my study through the support of the Stokvel from my parents, which they were part of. That became like a lifeline for me. Now understanding those challenges, but now I was like, what are some of the aspects and solutions we can bring with the solutions, with collaborating with the community so that we don't continue banning of schools and also processing year on year. We can add value by doing the little that we have to add value in that space. And then, the 100 Rand contribution from the general public have given us a great results where we were able to raise that amount. So as we're calling for more citizens to play their part, by pledging the little that they have or adopting some of the students that need assistance where the funds are paid directly to the institution so that at least we're able to position the graduates and the professionals much more better. And as a way of giving back, the students that we paid for, we give them a 5-year contract where they are able to assist learners in school, but also use their field of study to assist the community through the community's services and project, which also lead to that sentiment of entrepreneurship and turning our theoretical knowledge into practical use by adding value in that response.
Yeah, and let's talk about who, I suppose who you're targeting, students who don't afford, perhaps whose parents can't afford to put them through university, but also those students who ordinarily student debt would really be problematic to them. Those are people that are starting really from the ground up. Who are you targeting, and how are you able to express to them that we are here and we are indeed here to assist? How are you able to campaign yourselves and show yourselves as because I think what you're doing is very important, and a lot of students would need that sort of assistance.
So our target market is we're assisting all the students because we believe every student has an important role to play, and then in that response it requires us to collaborate. So we're looking at students in public and private universities and colleges who believe their skill has a valuable interest in advancing our country forward, who are able to apply, go on our website www.wesolve4x.co.za, and then they click their student debt button, and then they apply, and those who want to donate, they click the donate button. But all of the South African and international students are welcome to apply so that they can also add value. Now you have a challenge where we have graduates who are doctors and in different professions who are unable to practice. Yet we say there's a challenge of shortages of doctors in the country, and daily the numbers of students applying is increasing. We're having over 12,000 students applying now, owing over 1.6 billion. So the numbers keep rising, and it shows the need that as much as we acknowledge the government's effort through NSFAS, which we are proud beneficiaries of, but also as the citizens, we can also elevate the pressure by playing our part in supporting these endeavors to make sure that the youth has an important role to play and student debt doesn't become a serious burden that hinder the progress for them to contribute meaningfully into the society. And now you'll be seeing a trend where you have more than the parents and the children, or have 4 or 5 people in the same family trapped in this student debt. So now we're trying to say, how can we collaborate and address this issue, because you are affected directly or indirectly.
All right, Tsietsi, thanks very much for speaking to us, and we certainly do, as a community, appreciate the kind of work that you are doing for the youth and being part of the solution. Thank you very much to you.
No, thank you very much.
All right, that is Tsietsi Ngobese, who's the CEO of Wesolve4X Foundation, assisting students with fees, as well as, of course, the after effects of that in student finance and debt.